Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a transformative experience, one that will guide you on a powerful journey of self-discovery, healing and empowerment. Today we embark on a journey that begins with one of the most profound and important concepts you'll ever come to understand: the power of self-love. This isn't just a trendy phrase, nor is it some abstract idea. Self-love is the foundation for everything that follows. It is the key to unlocking your fullest potential, to living a life filled with peace, joy and authentic relationships. You might be wondering, why start with self-love? Why is this the first step to achieving greatness in every area of your life? The answer is simple. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you do not love and care for yourself, it becomes impossible to show up as your best self in your relationships, your work and your life. So many of us are conditioned to seek validation from others, to search for approval and affection outside of ourselves. But here's the truth. Real fulfillment doesn't come from anyone else's approval, it comes from within. I want you to think for a moment. When was the last time you truly loved yourself? I mean, really loved yourself. The kind of love that accepts you fully, flaws and all. When was the last time you stood in front of the mirror, looked at yourself and said, "I love you just as you are"? If you're anything like most of us, the answer might be hard to pinpoint, or you might have never done it at all. The truth is, self-love isn't something that's often taught or modeled in our world. We're encouraged to strive for perfection, to constantly improve and to meet everyone else's expectations, sometimes at the cost of our own happiness. But today we are going to break free from that mindset. We are going to rediscover the beautiful, powerful and unique person that you are. We are going to embark on a journey to reconnect with the love and acceptance you deserve. Because when you love yourself, not only do you begin to see your own worth, but you also create the space for others to love and appreciate you in a deeper, more meaningful way. Now let me tell you something very important. Self-love is not a destination, it's a lifelong journey. It's not something that you arrive at one day and then forget about. It's a practice, a daily commitment to honoring yourself, your values and your emotions. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of everything good this life has to offer, and it starts with the way you view yourself. And yes, it's possible to change the way you see yourself, no matter where you are right now. Throughout this journey, we're going to explore not only the theory of self-love, but also the practical steps you can take to truly embody it. We'll dive into healing, letting go of past pain, and rediscovering the power of embracing your self-worth. I'll guide you step by step as we walk through these transformative stages together, unlocking the strength and resilience that have always lived within you. So, are you ready to embark on this life-changing journey? Let's dive in. Let's reclaim your self-worth, heal from the past, and move forward with the kind of love that will change everything. This is your time to shine. Let's begin. Understanding the power of self-love. Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm so glad you're here, because today we are diving into a concept that's truly transformative: the power of self-love. This is one of the most important journeys you can take in your life, and it all begins with you. We live in a world that constantly pressures us to seek love from others, to find validation in relationships, friendships, and external approval. But let me ask you this: how can you expect to give love to someone else when you haven't yet learned how to love the most important person in your life, yourself? Loving yourself is not selfish, it's essential. When we talk about self-love, we're not just talking about treating yourself to a nice meal or pampering yourself with a spa day, although those things are important too. We're talking about deep, genuine self-acceptance, recognizing your worth and honoring your uniqueness. It's about acknowledging your strengths, embracing your imperfections, and learning to be at peace with who you are at this very moment. Think about it. You're the only person who will be with you for your entire life. You are your longest relationship. How you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the thoughts you nurture about yourself will shape how you experience the world and how others treat you. When you don't love yourself, you open the door for others to treat you less than you deserve. You start seeking validation from others to fill the empty space that only you can fill with self-love. The first step to loving yourself is self-awareness. You have to understand who you are at your core. That means taking the time to reflect on your values, your passions, your strengths, and yes, your weaknesses. But don't be harsh on yourself. Embrace them. Recognize that nobody is perfect, and you, just like everyone else, are a beautiful combination of strengths and flaws. Your flaws don't define you. They are simply parts of your story that make you uniquely you. Self-love requires you to forgive yourself for past mistakes, for moments you wish you could change, for times you felt inadequate. These mistakes don't define you either. They are simply lessons that have shaped who you are today. When you let go of guilt, shame, and self-criticism, you give yourself the freedom to truly love who you are. It's also important to recognize that self-love is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey. It's something you choose every single day. It's in the small things you do for yourself, the positive affirmations, the boundaries you set, the time you carve out for self-care, and the love you give yourself when the world doesn't seem to understand you. These daily choices make a profound impact on how you view yourself and how you allow others to treat you. Here's an exercise you can start today. Look at yourself in the mirror, truly look at yourself, and say, I love you. I accept you just as you are. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that's okay. The more you say it, the more your heart will start to believe it. Eventually, you'll start seeing yourself through the eyes of love, not judgment. Self-love is not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about laying the foundation for a life filled with peace, joy, and purpose. When you love yourself, you unlock your potential to give love freely to others. But it has to begin with you. So take this moment to commit to the practice of self-love. It's the first step towards everything you've ever dreamed of. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are deserving of love, and that love starts with you healing and letting go of past pain. Welcome back. Now that we've explored the importance of self-love, let's dive into something just as crucial: healing from past pain. Healing isn't a quick fix, it's a process. It requires you to be gentle with yourself, to acknowledge past wounds, and to finally let go of the emotional baggage that holds you back from fully embracing yourself and eventually loving someone else. One of the biggest barriers to loving yourself fully is the weight of past hurt. Whether it's from childhood, past relationships, or even betrayals you've endured, the pain you've experienced can linger in your heart, clouding your sense of self-worth. It's like carrying around an invisible burden that affects everything you do, your actions, your relationships, and even your thoughts. But here's the truth. You can't fully move forward if you're still holding on to the past. You have to let go of what no longer serves you in order to make space for healing and for love. Healing begins with acknowledgement. You have to be willing to confront the pain, not suppress it or pretend it doesn't exist. Whether it's an old heartbreak, a painful loss, or any kind of trauma, the first step to healing is to give yourself permission to feel. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel angry, sad, or confused. These emotions are a natural part of the healing process. But here's the important part. Don't stay there. Don't let your pain define you. Your pain is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it can last a lifetime. When you allow yourself to feel the hurt, to process it, and to release it, you free yourself from the chains of your past. You become empowered by what you've overcome rather than burdened by it. Letting go of past pain requires forgiveness, not for the other person, but for yourself. You may think forgiveness means excusing the other person's behavior, but that's not it. Forgiveness is about releasing the hold that the pain has over you. It's about freeing yourself from the anger, bitterness, or resentment that keeps you stuck in the past. When you forgive, you give yourself the gift of peace. You don't have to carry the weight of someone else's mistakes any longer. By letting go, you create space in your heart to heal and love again. Another critical part of healing is changing your narrative. Too often we define ourselves by our pain. I've been hurt before, so I'm not worthy of love. I'll never trust again because of what happened. But those beliefs are false. They are stories you've been telling yourself based on past experiences. Instead, I want you to rewrite your story. You are not your pain. Your past does not dictate your future. You are not defined by what you've gone through, but by the strength you've gained in overcoming it. Every challenge, every heartache has shaped you into the resilient, powerful person you are today. And you have the ability to love again. Not just others, but yourself first. To aid in your healing, take small but meaningful actions each day. Practice self-compassion. Be patient with yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people who lift you up. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. As you do this, you'll begin to feel lighter, more at peace, and more confident in your ability to love and be loved. Remember, healing is not linear. There will be setbacks, days where you feel overwhelmed by your emotions, or moments where you doubt yourself. But trust the process, keep moving forward. Each step you take towards healing is a step towards rediscovering the most powerful love you will ever experience, the love you have for yourself. When you heal and let go of the past, you become whole. You stop carrying the weight of old wounds and you open yourself up to new possibilities, new relationships, and most importantly, new love. Starting with yourself. Embracing your self-worth and moving forward in love extended. Now that we've worked through healing and nurturing self-love, we've arrived at the pivotal moment, embracing your self-worth and confidently moving forward in love. Loving yourself before loving someone else is not just a phrase, but a powerful practice that can transform your life and relationships. So let's dive deeper into what it means to truly embrace your worth and what steps you can take to fully step into this new chapter of self-love. The first key point here is understanding that your worth is inherent. It's not determined by what you do, how much you accomplish, or how others perceive you. Your value exists simply because you are you. Too many of us place our worth in the hands of others, seeking validation, approval, or love from external sources. This creates an unstable foundation because other people's views of us are often unpredictable, temporary, and sometimes not aligned with our true self. To truly love yourself, you must stop allowing anyone else to determine your worth. Your value comes from within. Recognizing this truth is liberating. It means you no longer need to seek validation from anyone. You are enough, just as you are. When you internalize this concept, you set yourself free from the endless cycle of seeking others' approval. Once you internalize your worth, you'll start to see a significant change in how you view yourself. You will stop criticizing and doubting yourself. Instead of focusing on your perceived flaws, you'll start appreciating your unique qualities. You'll look in the mirror and see someone worthy of love and respect, not someone who needs to change or be fixed. You'll recognize your strengths and embrace your vulnerabilities because these are the things that make you human. Moving forward with this newfound love for yourself means that you will no longer tolerate relationships that drain you, abuse your time, or disrespect your boundaries. This is where you start setting the bar higher. When you know your worth, you naturally begin to attract better relationships. The kind where love is mutual, respectful, and uplifting. You no longer feel the need to settle for someone who doesn't value you the way you deserve. The act of embracing your self-worth also means becoming your own biggest supporter. You become your own cheerleader, constantly reminding yourself of your accomplishments, your resilience, and your inner strength. This doesn't mean you are perfect. It simply means that you no longer define yourself by your mistakes or shortcomings. You see the beauty in your imperfections and understand that they are part of your growth journey. Once you start embracing your worth, you'll find yourself gravitating toward others who share this mindset. People who know their own worth will recognize and appreciate yours. True love begins when two individuals come together, both knowing and loving themselves and then choosing to build something beautiful together. This is what healthy, lasting relationships are made of. Mutual respect, understanding, and shared values. You will also begin to experience true freedom in relationships. Love will no longer feel like a burden or something you need to earn. It will become a natural extension of who you are because you've already given that love to yourself. When you love yourself deeply, you will love others without conditions, and you will attract love that is genuine and fulfilling. As you step forward, remember this: you are worthy of every kind of love you desire, but it all starts with you. By truly loving and honoring yourself, you lay the foundation for a life filled with love, joy, and connection. So as you continue on this journey of self-discovery and self-love, keep in mind that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. When you take the time to love yourself fully, you're not only transforming your own life, but also inviting the kind of love that you've always dreamed of.